Are you struggling with the error message, unable to get default constructor? You're not alone. This is a common issue many developers face when running unit tests. Today, we're going to break it down and find a solution together. I totally understand how frustrating it can be when your code doesn't work as expected, especially when you're trying to run unit tests. It can feel like you're hitting a brick wall. But don't worry, we're here to tackle this problem head-on. Let's dive into the specific question at hand. One user reported encountering the error, unable to get default constructor for class when running their unit test project. They provided their code, which includes a class called person registration that requires parameters for its constructor. Sound familiar? Let's explore how to resolve this. So, what does this error mean? Essentially, it indicates that the testing framework is trying to create an instance of your class without the necessary parameters. This often happens when the framework expects a parameterless constructor but can't find one. Let's break down how to fix this. And stick around. At the end of this video, I'll share a pro tip that can help you avoid this issue in the future. To address the issue of the default constructor, the user should first understand that the error arises because the testing framework requires a parameterless constructor to create an instance of the test class. Next, the user can add a parameterless constructor to the person registration class. This constructor can initialize the dependencies to null or provide default values. After adding the parameterless constructor, the user should ensure that the test methods can still access the required services. This can be done by using dependency injection in the test setup. Finally, the user should run the unit tests again to verify that the issue is resolved. If everything is set up correctly, the tests should execute without errors. Fun fact, did you know that the first unit tests were written in the 1970s? They were a game changer for software development, helping to catch bugs early and improve code quality. Now let's look at the answers provided by other users. An alternative solution from another user suggests adding a parameterless constructor to your test class. This allows the unit tests to run smoothly without requiring parameters. In the test method, instantiate the mock services and pass them to the account controller. If you aren't using mocks, you can directly create instances of the services or set them up in a setup method. Now, let's dive into a different answer from another user. An alternative solution suggests using a mocking framework like mock. This allows you to create mock objects for your dependencies, such as iLogging service and iUser manager, without needing a default constructor. In the provided example, the user creates mock instances for both a logging service and iUser manager. This way, you can test the account controller without requiring a parameterless constructor. For further assistance, the user recommends checking additional resources on unit testing with dependency injection and mock objects. Here's the pro tip I promised. Always consider using dependency injection in your classes. This practice not only makes your code cleaner, but also simplifies testing by allowing you to easily mock dependencies. And there you have it. By using a mocking framework and setting up your tests correctly, you can overcome the unable to get default constructor error. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe for more tips and tricks to enhance your coding skills.